Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video about skin tones in The Sims 4. Because unfortunately, there's still a major issue with them on consoles. I know they're not exactly perfect on PC, but ever since last month, the skin tones on console are actually worse than before. So Spellcaster Sim made this tweet saying, "Hello The Sims /EA. Many players on console still have a problem with the skin tones in form of blotchy spots or completely different colors. They can't change the settings because, as I heard, they are already default. I even saw some PC users say they still have problems." The Sims replied saying, "Hey Simmer, we are aware of the compression issues on consoles and are investigating for a possible solution on our end. We'll let the community know as soon as we have a significant update." In addition, when L123Sparkle asked, "Y'all still fixing that afro?" The Sims replies saying, "Yes, we are fixing the large afro and much more. Stay tuned for more info." They did confirm a couple months ago that they are working on the large afro, but it is good to hear again that they are still working on it. But with that whole response initially about the compression issues, that was actually copy and pasted from a response to someone else on December 21st, a little bit before Christmas. It was a response to someone else's reply when they rolled out that hotfix for a different issue with the skin tone update, the genetics. Red Velvet said, "If it's not fixing the blotchy skin tones in live mode on console, then I don't care." And there you go, there's the exact same response again, the magnifying glass emoji and everything. However, I was not aware just how bad the skin tones looked on console until I saw Simmer Aaron's video the other day on this issue that showed even more tweets from Red Velvet Love. "Hey little Simsy, I was wondering if you could talk about the skin tones on console. They haven't been fixed at all, and in my opinion look worse than they did before the update. It's hard for me to enjoy my game when my Sims look like the examples below." So here they are in full. With this first one, it already looks bad with the skin sim on the right not being very smooth. But it gets much worse. So there's just, what is happening there with the nose and the mouth just having these really red jagged edges all over the place, and then suddenly the Sim's nose has that dark green splotch. Like, if I just imagining my reaction if I had just gone into my game after updating on console, if I played the console version, to see one of my own Sims with a nose like that, I'd probably feel like throwing up, to be honest. Like, it just looks so awful. And there's one more example there where, again, just like around the nose, it looks dark green for some reason. We also have another example from tuning of violins. This is a serious issue for console players. I truly wonder why the skin tones were even able to be released in this state. Their appearance is due to compression, so surely that's fixable. We paid a lot for the game / packs, and this should have been addressed weeks ago. And wow, that nose, just what is with the color there? Instead of it being dark green, it's more like an oddish, reddish purple. I don't know. It's still very weird though. I think I did see that on PC, but it doesn't look as bad as it does on that screenshot on consoles. Not to mention, just that Sim's whole skin in general looks very pixelated and not acceptable for a game that's still going in 2021. And I agree with that sentiment too. Just how were these skin tones allowed to be released on consoles in this state? Sure, it was annoying to have updates and packs released later on consoles than on PC and Mac, but it's not worth it to have the skin tone update release at the same time on all platforms just for it to look so bad on consoles. They should have just delayed it to next year for consoles if they needed that much extra time to make them look acceptable. Either that or delay all the versions so that they're still released at the same time, but they're already at the same time too. But I know there was urgency to get this update out because these skin tones should have been fixed years ago. And as long as there's transparency saying, okay, we need extra time on consoles to fix this, then I don't think it'd be as much of an issue. But of course, transparency is still an issue with the Sims team. One thing that is worth mentioning is that If Stuff Pack 18 follows its typical release schedule, then we should be getting a patch this Thursday, because then it would go that the pack is announced on January 12th, as they've said in the gift teaser, and then it would release the following Tuesday. But with the Stuff Packs, they release the patch before the weekend that's meant to accommodate for the Stuff Pack, and then they have some bug fixes and maybe some new features in there as well. So I hope that the skin tones on consoles would be fixed with that update. Otherwise, I don't know when it's going to be fixed. I just wish that once and for all, these skin tones won't look broken on any platform with The Sims 4. But this is just going on for so long. It's also pretty ridiculous that they don't really have anything new to share other than to copy and paste the same response from just before Christmas. Sure, between then and now, the Sim Gurus and just everyone working on the game would have had some time off for the holidays, but why wasn't this fixed the same time as that genetics hotfix? They had enough time to fix the genetics, but not the compression issue on consoles. Was it because there was way more noise made about the genetics than the skin tones on consoles? That's likely part of it, and with consoles, they have their own set of problems in comparison to the PC and Mac version, and The Sims has always predominantly been a PC game. So that's probably part of it too. It did make me worried when they initially announced that The Sims 4 was coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, because it seemed obvious to me as to why in the past they did completely different games almost on consoles, where even with The Sims 2 on consoles, it had that Sims 2 branding, but it was still a very different game underneath the hood. So it makes me wonder if they should just not do that with The Sims 5. Like, they just make a different game instead of trying to port The Sims 5 to the current gen consoles. But that's about all I have to say for now, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below if you are playing on a PlayStation or Xbox console and seeing these issues with the skin tones in live mode. And I just hope that these issues can be solved, because I'm so sick of the skin tones having these issues, whether it's on PC or Mac or PlayStation or Xbox. This just needs to come to an end. It's been going on for so long, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And I really hope in 2021 that can be something that will finally have some closure. We won't have to complain about this anymore. But be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulation games and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.